Hello and welcome to another episode of the Bad Gamer, the Good Gamer podcast. And welcome to the show. But maybe we should say welcome to Silent Hill, because that's the main topic for today. That's the big news.
Can we actually talk about Silent Hill? Like,
Let's talk
is it real?
about. Well, which Silent Hill do you want to talk about? Because Konami gave us the mother load of Silent Hill announcements. We would have been happy with just Silent Hill Remake or Silent Hill, like a brand new game. But they gave us a remake, 2 new games, a movie announcement, and an experience. So cool. That's kind of a game, cool. Kind of a live streaming thing. Let's just, I mean, it was insane. It was a jam-packed showcase, the Silent Hill Transmission is what it was called. Yeah. So, let's just go through the announcements. Silent Hill 2 Remake, confirmed.
Let's do it. Finally.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been a long time rumored. How many rumors have we heard about?
I mean, the Bluebird, so Bluebird is the developer that's going to be handling this game. So it was on the old podcast, I think, if I'm not mistaken, where all the rumors and the leaks came out, and then the confirmation that there's nothing that's being planned or whatever, So, and at some point we thought Bluebird was just like trolling, right? They were lying to people, or I don't remember what they tweeted, or
it was another, there was Bluebird team, and there was another one. What were they called? There was an actual fake company that came out.
Oh, it was a blue something.
Yeah,
there was a blue something. Yeah, there was a blue something.
Fake team. Yeah, and they claimed Silent Hill, and it was not them. I forgot the name of the company, man. Blue Games, maybe? Anyway,
it doesn't matter. We actually have Bluebird now. They're going to be developing, and they're going to be working with Konami on the Silent Hill 2 remake. They showed us the trailer. I mean, it's Silent Hill 2.
It's pretty much, they've taken Silent Hill 2, up-resed it. They're using like techniques to make it more modern.
The typical remakes for a game that came out 21 years ago. What you would expect? It's there.
At least,
At least that, exactly. It's a PS5 exclusive, timed exclusive for the year. So that's
Thank
interesting.
God.
With all
the
drama that's happening between Sony and Microsoft, Activision, all that sort of stuff. A topic for another day. But it is also coming out on PC from day one. So console-wise, it's only exclusive on the PS5. But if you're a PC gamer, then you want to pick it up, you can get it.
I'm 100% getting it just because the mods.
PC, 4K, ray tracing, mods. Yeah, exactly.
Mods. Everyone's going to go crazy on the mods. And I know the first mod is going to be like changing the main character into the dog, the Shiba Inu ending dog. 100%. Yeah. It's happening. I can see it. It's the secret ending.
People are going to do, like we've seen what people did with Resident Evil Village.
Yeah.
The mods on that. So like people will get creative. I'm sure somebody's going to insert a Resident Evil like character or whatever, like Redfield or like somebody, like that's something they can do, right?
I can see that happening. Now, and I feel like it's in good hands because Bluebird team have done other horror games. They've done Layers of Fear, The Medium, Observer, Blair Witch, Layers of Fear 2. And I think that's it. Like that's their background. I
think The Medium is their like biggest.
It's the biggest and latest one. I think
latest one. Yeah. They referenced it on the PlayStation blog, but we'll get that. Like some of the changes that they want to like add to the game include using all the PS5 features. So I don't know exactly what they did with the DualSense controller with the adaptive.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Triggers, or I think it was like the haptic feedback. Sorry. So the way they use the haptic feedback. And the Medium, they said they'll be using that in this game, plus like new things, extra things. So they learned from that, and they're like taking that experience and just adding it on to Silent Hill 2.
I hope it's compatible on PC with a PS5 controller, because like that's how I'll be playing it.
I mean, we still don't know how that's gonna work with the leaked or the rumored launcher and whatnot and all that. But I think I read somewhere that you need to use it wired, not wireless, to use all these.
That's okay.
Exclusive features for the PS5 controller.
That's fine for me. Wired is always like usually the way I go. As you can tell, I'm always like a wired guy.
I see. Konami approached the creator of Silent Hill, Masahiro Ito, 3 years ago to get this done. And then they also confirmed that Akira Yamaoka, will be back as the composer for the game. Now I don't really know what the sound engineering or the tracks or the music of Silent Hill But I imagine that because it's a horror game, it's important to like nail that right, because that's part
to keep
of
the authenticity of it, I guess.
yeah. So he's gonna be back, and like they had a little like video message thing, and Akira said that there's gonna be a new musical style, and there's gonna be some challenges there, but they'll try as much as possible to appease to both the old players, the fan base, the OG fan base, as well as new players. So they're just like with any project where you try to modernize something, you want to keep a little bit of the old, like, you know, just like that core experience, and then you also want to modernize the whole thing. So like we'll have to wait and see what they do with that. Hopefully it doesn't go the same way that it did with Chris Pratt voicing Mario, because that was, I think, like what they said, Nintendo said, that, oh yeah, like we're gonna like make sure that the fans, like, you know, are happy, but we're also doing something new and whatever. And it was Chris Pratt, so I hope that that's not what we're gonna get.
I don't think so. It's gonna be hard to mess this up. I feel
yeah. Like I have a lot more faith in this actually being like a genuine sort of improvement, or while you know, keeping whatever it is that made it so special in the original games.
Exactly. Yeah.
What Chris did for Mario.
Good on Konami, man. Like first, like with what do you call it, the Suikoden series remake, now this, like they've really like shocked people, like how they're like making sure like these franchises are still alive. And
this is a lot more than just that, because it's not just remaking Silent Hill 2. They're kickstarting the franchise again.
Yeah.
With a lot, like with new IP, with new experiences and all that sort of stuff. It was proposed to them, because if I'm not mistaken, people always propose a remake to them about Silent Hill, but it was Bluebird's presentation or Bluebird's ideas that they liked, and they're like, okay, let's go forward. Yeah, let's go forward with that.
Thank you, Blooper team. Then I should.
Thank you very much. I haven't played the games, but I watched the movie, loved the movie, love Red Pyramid thing as just a character. So I'm kind of hyped for this game, even though I don't think I'll play it. I don't really like horror at all. Silent Hill is just one of those movies that is an exception that I would watch over and over again. Not that I have, but like I've seen it a few times, but it's not something that I watch continuously. But I wouldn't mind watching it now. It's
like
just
a let's play
so special.
Or something. Would you watch a let's play of like Silent Hill?
I generally don't like watching let's plays. Just generally speaking, I don't find it entertaining unless the person is being entertaining. Kind of like what I said last week about Nimr. I mean, when you're watching somebody stream a game, maybe I should.
Ask him.
But when you watch somebody stream a game, it's kind of like watching a let's play. Kind of, not really, but just kind of. But it's the same idea. Like you're watching the game being played, you're not playing it yourself. But Nimr makes it so entertaining. And then there's obviously like the interactive aspect of the whole thing, rather than like watching a VOD of it. But generally speaking, no, I wouldn't. I might like see a few scenes here and there. I'll definitely check out the reviews. If the cutscenes are like great or something, like the story aspect of it, then I might watch that. To answer your question, no, I will not watch a Let's Play, but I'm still happy that this game is happening. I will definitely watch the movie when it comes out.
Okay.
Over on the PlayStation blog, they revealed a few things. They talked about how they're adopting an over-the-shoulder camera angle to immerse players deeper into the game. Because of that, the combat system and certain set pieces and some other things will have to change and will have to be rebuilt, just due to the nature of the change in the angle. Wasn't it over the shoulder like the older games, or was it like first person, or what was the?
I think it's not over the shoulder. It was like a fixed It was a fixed camera. I think it was fixed cameras, and then like you'd walk through 3D space kind of thing. It wasn't always over the shoulder. If I remember correctly, but it wasn't over the shoulder for sure.
They also said that due to the advancements of technology and new state-of-the-art motion capture, they'll be able to deliver like the best facial expressions and just like behaviors and whatnot in the series' history, which is something cool. It's always great to see a comparison of what the original game looked like the blockiness and just no expressions, nothing changing, nothing at all.
PlayStation 2 had like expressions. Like it was a good game, but it just wasn't as expressive.
Yeah, well, I mean, relatively speaking, with what people can do now, like developers can do now, all these old games basically like they don't look great. Like if you compare the two, I don't mean to shit on people's like past with games and like their beloved games and whatnot, but I'm just trying to make a point that the change is so drastic between what was and what is. Like think of Tomb Raider, that iconic, classic triangle tits Tomb Raider,
Man,
right? And I think
she looked great.
No expressions at all. Like I mean. But yeah, so that's also something that they highlighted. They also said that they're going to utilize the PS5's Lumen and Nanite tools to give full dynamic global illumination and also detailed worlds with realistic environments. So do you remember that demo that we got before the PS5 came out?
It's been a while since we've heard those terms. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll be cool to see that implemented in a game like this. And lighting matters a lot, like in horror, right?
I think lighting, but what matters more is the audio and the fact that they're going to be using 3D audio as well. Like I feel like that's going to enhance it as well. Like with
so I have the here where you'll definitely need to use their Pulse headsets or any other headsets that have 3D audio that works on the PS5. I don't know if there's anything else like third parties that do, but you'll definitely need to get that to immerse yourself as much as possible in the game, just to get like that feedback of where like these sounds are coming from and all that. And then, as I mentioned before, the haptic feedbacks on the DualSense controllers will also be
that's exciting.
A feature that they'll utilize. Yeah. So all in all, this is all that we know right now about Silent Hill 2.
No release date, nothing.
Nothing. Just PS5 exclusive for the year, coming out also on PC. The PS5 will get all the PS5 feature goodies. I'm sure on the PC it's going to perform a lot better than on the PS5. Like you could do like 4K. Hopefully like 60, I don't know, but the fact that it's on PC just means that you'll be able to enjoy these sort of like aspects a lot more. Story-wise, no idea if they're going to change anything. It seems like it's still going to be the same story as Silent Hill 2.
I feel
trying
like
to find his wife, going to Silent Hill to like
you can't
their
change
happiest
the story.
memories. Or
you can't change that story. I'm saying you can't change the story if it's a remake. But
well, I mean. Yeah, they might change some aspects. I don't know. Like they have the freedom to do so. Yeah.
If
and
anything, I feel like
change.
No, the main thing I feel like they will change. Like this is my perspective, and I think they would do it too. Knowing, like if you have the freedom to remake the game, is to add more endings or to add like more secret endings as well.
That'd be cool, actually. Yeah. Wait, well, which Final Fantasy remake wasn't actually a remake, or like they changed something in the story in the end? We had like a big talk about it last.
Final Fantasy 7. Yeah.
7, yeah, right? Like
it's not a remake, yeah. It's just a play on words, which was smart on their end, to be fair.
Yeah. They might do something similar here. Where throughout the whole game, it's just like a remake with maybe like a few tiny changes here and there, but then in the end they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
If they tie to the movie or they tie to something coming up.
Well, the movie
maybe.
The movie's based on Silent Hill 2. I think
that's what I mean.
Said
like
that. Yeah. So if there's a tie-in, that'd be cool. Yeah. So yeah, that
Shall
was.
we talk about the movie? Shall we talk about the movie?
Sure. Yeah, we can move on to the movie.
Yeah, since you brought it up. So the cool thing is that the original people who worked on the first movie also proposed to Konami that they wanted to do another movie. So assistant producer Rui Naito, who was in charge, he talked about the film adaptation, which was the catalyst that revived pretty much the new game as well, right? Like that's how we framed it.
Yes.
And it'll be called Return to Silent Hill, and it will be based, like you said, on Silent Hill 2. So there was another Silent Hill movie, wasn't there? Like there was Silent Hill 1, then another movie. So he's kind of disregarding the second movie?
Yeah, I think there was a second movie, but I
looked it up.
About that one.
I haven't watched it. I don't remember watching it, but like
I definitely didn't watch it. But I think there was another movie.
Because the first movie came out in 2006. That's the movie they're referring to. And then there was Silent Hill Revelation. That was 2012.
That's the one. Yeah.
I didn't watch it. I didn't even know it existed. And apparently Sean Bean and Kit Harington were in this movie. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a few others. Like I'm just saying, like real quick, but like, yeah, I never knew this movie existed. I don't know where I was in 2012, but yeah.
Well, that's weird because Sean Bean was in the first one. Like, I mean, if he's also in the second one, then that's canon. Like, that's not like a a spin-off thing or whatever.
That's what I mean. Like I missed it.
Okay.
So if anyone else watched it, let me know. But I'm gonna do my homework, watch both movies, and then we'll come
maybe
back.
They're
to
not
this
disregarding it completely, because I don't know what the storyline of the Revelations is. Like maybe it takes place right after one, and
and then
I don't know.
they're doing Return to Silent Hill in between the two. It could be maybe. Because they didn't even mention the second one. Like, and then when I went to the IMDb page, I'm like, wait, there's a second one? There's another one?
Well, so we'll have to we'll have to wait until more information comes out on the movie.
Yeah. And the original producer, speaking of the movie again, of the first Silent Hill and the Resident Evil films, Victor Hadida, I think, he got also in touch to make the movie, and he was like, in the video, like talking about it and talking about how to keep things authentic and I don't know what. So it's pretty cool. I like that. Him and the director of the first film, Christoph Gans, are going to be back with the second movie. Again, we don't know when it's coming out. I'm sure when the movie comes out in the game, they're trying to at least bridge it together. But they had a video message about the both of them, talking about the franchise or return of the franchise.
Yeah. It would be cool if it does come out together, and it would be really cool if it's like some sort of shared universe type of thing.
Exactly. Like,
even though like
they're
the same story, like the game, like the movie,
but a different perspective or something. Yeah,
maybe. Cool. Yeah, who knows? Or I don't know. It'd be cool if they do something like that, where there's like a tie-in with the movie somehow, or maybe the ending of the movie is different than the ending of the game, or maybe it's an extra ending in the game, for example.
That ties it into the movie, yeah. Could be.
Yeah. Or
like
if you
be the beginning of the movie or something like that.
Or if you like platinum the game, or if you complete some certain like challenge or whatnot, or like you get the best ending, you get an extra scene that from the movie.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll
so
have
a movie DLC that you can get only in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, we don't know anything. No cast has been confirmed.
Nothing.
We don't know about the filming. Nothing.
The only thing that has been confirmed that matters to me the most is that pyramid thing will be back.
He's back. It's back. It's back.
Man, seeing him in that first movie, just ripping the skin off of that woman and like just eating that, like her whole skin bag body thing onto the doors of that. I forgot whether it was a church or a library or something. It was insane, like that. Like I love.
And you
the
say you don't
monsters
like horror, and you say you don't like horror.
No, but like that was like super artistic. Like that was just like beautiful. Even what were they called? The nurses. I know there's a name for them. I forgot.
The bubblehead.
Bubblehead. Yeah. I love them in the movie. Like I just loved how creepy and
that's how they were in the games.
Like I know, but like seeing it live action compared to seeing them in the games back in 21 or 20 something years ago, like again, like major difference, like drastic between seeing them in the games and then seeing them in the movie. And that's what I loved about it.
Like games again. Yeah, I want to go back and dive back into Silent Hill 1 and 2. If they are like good mods or like high quality mods, I just want to play them again, experience them again, and then the movies and like get back into that world before whenever this remake comes out.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, if you
I know I have enough time. Yeah.
Oh, yes, you definitely have enough time. Yeah.
We don't know when it's coming out.
But speaking of time, let's continue because we don't have enough time. Silent Hill Ascension. Before that, because
Townfall?
Townfall. Let's just do Townfall because Ascension is weird.
Okay. So Townfall, there really wasn't too much in it, like other than. Wait, let me go back to the notes. So it was a teaser trailer, and like the cool thing is that Annapurna Interactive are the publishers. And I've said this before, and I will say it again. Annapurna like just produces gold. Like they have really good games. So the fact that them and No Code Games are the developers are working on this, I feel like it's in good hands, whatever it turns out to be, because it was just like this little screen or transmission screen.
Yeah, it was a portable TV, like a CRT TV type of thing, handheld CRT TV thing. I think it like I noticed that it said that on the device itself. Yeah, and it was just that. It was zooming in on this thing. It was on a table or something. There's like a lot of stuff in the background, and somebody was talking. I don't remember what they were saying, but it was a teaser. Like it was literally, like it really was a teaser. There was nothing else. It was just that one scene, right? But then John McKellen, who's the creative director at No Code, in the end of his like video message thing, he says to watch the teaser again in case we missed something. Now I didn't. I'm sure some people like did a deep dive, pixel peeped every single thing in the trailer.
I'm sure it's something on the TV. Maybe there's some code or well, they're called
I'm
no-code
thinking
games.
maybe
so
something in the back, like because I think there was a map or something in the back. I don't remember now, but like there were definitely like plops in the background.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm looking at it again. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. So I need to look up and see if anybody like picked up something from that teaser. It might be Easter eggs, maybe nothing more than that, just like pointing to the game or whatever.
Yeah, and the whole video was just zooming into the CRT TV.
It was just like a slow sort of like zoom on it. And then in the end, like in the end of that segment, Konami just said that they're planning to expand their partnerships in the future for more titles. So Townfall is one such title. So Ascension is another title. Like that's one more thing that they revealed, announced, showed off, and it's weird. It's
how would you describe it? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's that's why, like in the beginning of the episode, I said a remake, 2 new titles, and an experience. This is the experience because it's very vaguely described in the segment and in the teaser they showed. It's a mix of a live streaming experience and a video game. And it's going live next year in 2023. Yeah. I think this is the only thing that they confirmed, really. And this might be the earliest. True. Yeah, this might be I don't know about Silent Hill 2, the remake, but if that doesn't come out in 2023, this will be the first Silent Hill, project, revival thing that will come out from everything else that was announced, because they said it's going to go live in 2023. Yeah. So it's inspired by watching streamers play Silent Hill for their fans. And they showed off the teaser. In the teaser, again, it's like all very vague. Watch it for yourself. Yeah. But there's like footage of like a chat, and people are talking about saving somebody called Amina. Then there was shots of this monster. I don't know if it's a brand new monster or a monster from one of the Silent Hill games. But like there was like no face, no nothing. And then like it goes back to chat, and then somebody's like does like a tag everyone in chat and says like need you now. So that's it. That's just the teaser trailer. It looks.
I feel good. Like it's going to be one of those. I think Twitch did it before, where like you're in charge of the narrative, and like if you select, or they wanted to do something like that. Twitch back in the day, I remember, where it's like an interactive TV show. I think this is what it could be, and like while the show is happening, and then if people voted enough for like one thing, then the other, then the next episode that will change, or that person will die, or will be saved. I feel like that's what it is.
It could be, like that's definitely a possible sort of
that's
scenario
the vibe
of what the game is going to be like. I really have no idea. I didn't really think of anything of what this could be, but they did give some hints. They said it's a real-time interactive series, right? And a lot, like millions of fans will watch it together as the story unfolds. You can change the outcome, so probably like what you said, and you will also like what you do, or what the royal you or the collective you, or what everyone sort of like decides. That'll be final. There's no reset button. Decisions mean life or death. That's what they said, and you have the chance to shape Silent Hill canon forever.
It's pretty cool. It's a very compelling thing, and like the people behind it, there's like the companies behind it. You have Genvid, Behavior, DJ2 Entertainment, and last but not least, Bad Robot Games, who's known for
J.J. Abrams is going to direct this project
somehow,
whatever this project might be, whether it's a game first, or live stream first, or TV show first.
I think it's a TV show, live TV show. Let's put it for now. That's what I think. That's my impression. If J.J. Abrams is involved, maybe. Like that's
my impression was that it's not a. So when you say a live TV show, do you mean that it's like episodic, like an episode today, an episode tomorrow, an episode later?
Yeah, it's either live, or like literally like. Maybe it could be like one of those things where like they pre-recorded everything, either like as a game or whatever, mocap, let's say, and then like if anyone selects something, that thing will play out. Like it's like a branching path, but like instead of like one narrative will stay than the other kind of thing.
What was that Black Mirror movie on Netflix called? Like a choose your own adventure thing.
That's what I mean. I forgot the name, but it's like that. But like instead of choosing
the
choice,
I think.
Yeah, I think you got it. But instead of just choosing, then like going back a chapter and be like, okay, let's play the other one. It's like you choose it and then that's it. It's locked in, and then that path will take off, and then you have another choice, and then that path will take off.
But that choice will have to be like a collective
Permanent.
choice.
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's
like everybody's in on making that decision. Probably, however, like whichever way the vote goes, like if the majority goes towards one direction, then that could be it. Like they said, it's a real-time interactive experience, or a real-time interactive series is what they said.
So
I don't know.
So, but we don't know, but to speculate.
But what I was thinking, is that it's something like that's always on. So not an episodic thing. That's the thought
that I
had.
Live, nonstop.
Live, something that's always on, something that's maybe something that you can play, but kind of like do this quote like side quests, for example, or whatever. Like you do like non-canon things. These are things that you could do, but then there are events that happen that do unfold to the next chapter.
Okay,
I don't know.
They
again,
pull it off. Yeah, I don't know. I have to say
anything is possible. If it's just
it'll be
like,
fun,
though. It will be really fun. It will be really fun. Last but not least,
one last thing.
Silent Hill F, lowercase f, not capital F. It is lowercase f.
Press F for respect.
Yes. So they also showed a teaser trailer for that, and it looked beautiful. Like, again, I don't know what the fuck happened. Visually, it looked beautiful, but it was just an amazing looking.
It was really
teaser.
messed up. Okay, so I was like, I felt not cringe, like I felt uneasy, especially at the very end when like the things
the
were
flowers,
going out of her.
like yeah.
And then
it's like she was infested by flora, plant life, or whatever, and things just started growing out of her. So I'll just read a quote from, I think it was from the YouTube page for the trailer. Silent Hill F will be a completely new story set in the 1960s, or in 1960s Japan, featuring a beautiful yet horrifying world. Written by Ryushi 07, famed for Japanese visual novels dealing with murder mysteries, psychological, and supernatural horror. And the art, so this is where the quote ends, but in transmission, they also said that the art will be done by Kera. I looked him up, or looked her up. I don't know if it's a man or woman. I looked them up. They worked at THQ, and they've been involved in projects like Resident Evil, Resistance, Final Fantasy, what's that, 15?
Oh, they were part of Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, FFX. Yeah, so Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, Shards of War, and PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. Yeah. But so expansive sort of experience, right? But they worked on Resident Evil. And the game will also be produced by Motoe Okamoto and will be developed by Neobart Entertainment.
What did they
can't
do?
say that I've heard of them. Yeah, I don't know.
It's the first time I've heard of them too, but I'm going to look them up. Neobart.
Yeah. But I mean, they have to be quite good, because you just told me this. I didn't know this before the show started, before we started recording. This is the 9th installment, the 9th mainline game in the Silent
Hill.
Yeah, franchise.
So the last mainline entry was 2012 with Downpour.
Yeah.
So F is going to be the next one in 2024 at this point. We don't know.
Yeah.
If it's to be announced.
Exactly. Yeah. So again, that's an insane sort of time jump.
Gap. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the story won't really have a time jump to the past because it's going to be set in the 60s, but still like a gap between two titles. So yeah, Silent Hill is coming back full on. Right, they didn't just start out with a remake.
No, they didn't.
They gave us a remake. They're giving us a movie. They are giving us 2 new titles, Townfall and F, whatever the F that means. And they gave us Ascension, whatever the F that is. We still don't know what that is. But yeah, they also announced a lot of scale statues. I have like all the details here, but I don't want to go through them. But guys, just like look them up, look for them online. They highlighted, I think it was 3 or 4 statues that are like 1/6 scale. They're gonna cost like $400 or something if I'm doing the conversion correctly. Very detailed and approved by Ito as well. And you have that permit thing, and there's also James, and James Medea, and then the
dog,
Inu-End. The
Inu-End. So I like that.
I don't know what that scene is, but like it's the secret scene at the end of Silent Hill 2. So
I don't know if I should talk. I don't want to spoil it.
No, let's not talk about it. I'll just watch a video of it. But it's kind of like a meme, sort of like
it is
statue thing. Yeah. So look for those.
It was you all along. Anyway, that's it.
Yeah. That's a Harry Potter reference.
Was it? Oh well, that.
There's like something about Snape. No. I mean, I know that's like in the game, but there's also like in Harry Potter.
Can I just say I really like the plushie, the Mira the dog plush. Like that's something I would buy. Just saying.
You can. Like, if you just go to their website. Yeah. Other than those statues, there are also a bunch of other statues from different companies. Because those 3 statues were from Gecko, if I'm not mistaken. There are other statues, like something from Crazy Rock, another one from Good Smile.
There's several companies,
several companies. And then they also highlighted some official like merch from their e-commerce site. I think if I were to pick one, it would either be the trucker hat or the Welcome to Silent Hill sign.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's also good choices. Yeah.
Or the plushie, like
The plushie, I'm down for that plush. It looks cool. Anyway, that's just me.
So yeah, that's it. Silent Hill transmission. A lot of amazing announcements. A lot of great things.
Exciting.
Definitely keeping an eye out on all of what was announced, all that was teased, to see when they come out, to get more information, more details on the stories and all that.
I hope we hear more like the PlayStation experience. Since it's a PlayStation exclusive, we might. I'm just guessing that we might hear at the end of the year the PlayStation experience or the game. What was it? Yeah, there's the PlayStation experience and the Game Awards. Yeah, we might hear it then.
Yeah. Hopefully, knock on wood. Finally, I don't think we have enough time for this, but I'll just go through it really quick. Some drama that broke out this week. Gotham Knights confirmed that it's locked at 30 frames per second. So somebody had early access to it. A user on Reset Era had early access to the game, and then he claimed that it runs at 30 frames per second. There's no performance mode, so the 30 frames per second will give you 4K and ray tracing, but there's no, just like with next-gen consoles, you always have like 2 options, the performance mode or the graphics
quality
mode or whatever.
Yeah,
quality mmode, So this will not have a performance mode. It will not run higher than 30 frames per second. WB, what are they called? Montreal.
Warner
WB,
Brothers.
Sorry?
Warner Brothers. Are you talking about?
Yeah, but like I forgot the name of the full studio. Warner Brother Games.
Oh,
Montreal.
Gotham. Oh, sorry. Never mind. Yeah.
Not the game of the studio or like the developers. Yeah. So they confirmed that it is in fact locked at 30, and then they said it's because of the open nature aspect of the game, as well as like the multiplayer stuff and whatnot. Like they just gave like the reasons that we can't make it run at 60. We are only limited to make it run at 30. And it's not as simple as like lowering the visual fidelity or lowering the resolution to make it run at 60. It doesn't really. It's not like a 1-to-1 ratio type of thing. Lower graphics doesn't always mean higher frame rates in these kind of open world games. So that was it. People obviously were not happy. But then we have somebody from Rocksteady, Lee Devenold, who is a senior character technical artist. He defended that decision. And he also then stated that the reason this is a problem is because of the Xbox Series S. So the limitation of that console, exactly.
Because of that.
So the limitation of that console, as we all know, the Xbox Series S is not as powerful graphically or with the CPU or even the memory. Really, it's the memory and the GPU, if I'm not mistaken. Those 2 things are capped in comparison to the Series X. That's the mini, and that's the one that performs worse. And when you're developing a game, a multi-console game or a cross-platform game, you develop for the weakest link, which is the Xbox Series S. And due to a lot of issues that developers spoke out about, or like a lot of the issues that developers faced, because it's apparently not that much more powerful than the One.
Yeah, it's the same argument as why what do you call it? The new game now, God of War Ragnarok, is on PS4 as well, because like you said, they have to develop for the PS4 and the PS5. So usually you're going to have, because of the weaker one, you're not going to get the full bells and whistles. It's the same argument.
Not the full bells and whistles of the console. Like you won't get. Yeah. Now, the thing is, this game was supposed to come out on the PS4 and Xbox One. But then I don't remember when. I think it was earlier this year where they announced like they're capping that, and it's just going to be a next gen title. But one of the next gen consoles is the Xbox Series S, which is
the lowest. Yeah, the
which is
weakest
like
one.
really low, exactly. And I'm sure that's also one of the many reasons why people don't, or like developers might not develop for the Switch.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, right. Because that's a whole different bag of like issues. Not only is it weaker, but then like it's just like completely different like category. Really,
There's a term. There's a term when they bring a console game into the Switch. They're called miracle ports. Okay, like it's a miracle. Like it's not like anyone can do it. There's a reason why it's called miracle ports. Like Witcher 3, and now recently with what's the game? Nier Automata. They're labeled as, but Nier Automata was an older game. Like I don't know how old, like 5 years old, maybe 5-6 years old. But they're called miracle ports for a reason. Anyway, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
So the S is that, and
Yeah.
in the next gen or the current gen, whatever you want to call it, consoles. So Lee spoke out, and then he had a few tweets. I think it was Lee that said this, if I'm not mistaken. I don't want to get this wrong, but yeah, it was Lee, and he ended it with saying that Microsoft won't let you launch on one console without the other. So if you're launching a game, it has to come out. It has to be optimized. It has to be ready for both S and X. And an entire generation of games hamstrung by that potato. He called the Xbox Series S a potato.
His words.
His words, exactly. So that outraged a lot of fans, so much that he deleted or suspended his Twitter account. But the thing is, what he's saying is true, and I don't know why people are angry.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to say this out loud because it is true. Sony doesn't have this problem, even though they do have two different consoles. They didn't gimp the console so it can sell it at a lower price point. They just took out the CD and be like, they're the exact same system.
Yeah, Sony doesn't have a mini. That's the thing. Like this time around, they don't, or a slim, or whatever, or all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, a less powerful version. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, the PS4 had that, but maybe not to that extent. But like there was a difference between the slim and the Pro, right?
Right.
Now there might be one now, like with the PS5. If they release a PS5 Pro, then there'll be a difference. But then the weakest link between the PS5 Pro and the PS5 is still just the PS5.
PS5, which is
it's not
or the current,
yeah, exactly, yeah. So yeah, that is definitely a big issue. A lot of developers in the past have voiced their concerns regarding the Series S and the limited RAM and GPU performance. So we have Billy Khan from id Software, Thomas Puha from Remedy, Alexander. I'm not even going to pronounce the last name. I didn't even put it in the notes because it was a weird thing. From 4A Games and Timon Smektala from Techland. Who actually, I didn't know this, who came out and said that the Xbox Series S GPU was holding them back from going beyond 30 frames per second for Dying Light 2.
Interesting.
So
Xbox created this problem.
Xbox created this issue by releasing a console that was so weak that it hindered all the work that these developers will have to do to release a next-gen title. However,
these are the facts. Yeah.
These are the facts. However, a couple of months ago, we never talked about this because it did seem like it would be big news. Microsoft announced that developers will get access to additional memory and improved graphics performance and capabilities. So
on the Series S, you mean?
On the Series S, yeah, for the Series S, they'll get access to that. So maybe this, I don't know, like they said, hundreds of megabytes of memory and whatnot, and a bunch of technical stuff that I'm not going to get into. I don't know if that's enough
to push
or
to the next
if
level.
It's just a little bit better. I have no idea. Do you think it's in Xbox's best interest to release a new Xbox console, not an X, not an S, maybe
a Y,
whatever. I don't know, something where it kind of sits in between? And then, or maybe they phase out the S and then they have this new console.
But you see, then it's a problem that they will alienate their own customers who invested in the S. So like if people have S, then they're forced to upgrade, then your $299 console costs
the S
double.
is I mean, they can still play the games on the S. No. If they phase it out completely, then if it's not,
we don't know.
for the S,
We don't
then
know.
they
We're
can't
not.
play the games.
We're not really that smart or knowing what people think or what companies will do. But like, even if they did make another one, I feel like it'll create another problem and alienate their initial base. This is what I think. Unless it's backwards compatible, or I don't know, or like not even backwards. Like, I don't know. It's not a backwards compatibility. It's a performance.
Kind of like
issue.
A translation layer thing with. Yeah, I don't know, because this is seriously a problem. There's no way ever.
There is a way.
No, hold on. There's no way ever. Let me continue. There's no way ever for them to release an Xbox Series X Pro without fixing that issue first.
The only thing that could work, and I thought of it because they did it for the N64, was an attachment to the S, or like something that will increase the base model itself. So like, you know how you had the Pro Pack or whatever on the N64 that increased the memory to play a few games.
Yeah.
So the only way to fix it,
and on the Wii as well with the Wiimotes, they had the add-on to
with
make
the
it more
Motion
precise.
Plus. Yeah, the Wii Motion Plus. That's right.
Yeah.
But like that was motion, not I guess performance. Okay.
Well, because it was a lot more accurate, if I'm not mistaken. So
that's
like,
true. Yeah, that's what I meant.
It enhanced the gameplay somehow. Yeah. So kind of like an eGPU type of thing.
There you go. Yeah. So unless they have that's the only way they fix it. They release the next version, the Y, whatever they want to call it, and then they have an attachment to the S to keep up with the X and whatever else. Maybe.
I like that. Yeah,
and they can do it. They have
idea.
enough ports. They have enough ports on the S. I'm sure they can like find
and it's basically a PC, right?
Yeah, exactly. So that's the only solution I can think of right now with my limited brain.
Maybe you should send an email to them, and at the end of that email, just ask them to send me that fridge. I'm still waiting.
Dear Phil Spencer, we're still waiting on the fridge, and we have $1 million solution for you.
Yeah,
eGPU.
We'll take 90%.
Or it's the fridge. The fridge is the eGPU. You put it on top. The fridge will power the damn thing.
Or no, you put it inside because it cools it as well, right?
Oh, then overclock. There you go. That's the solution.
Yeah. Maybe there's a slot in the fridge where you could just kind of like slide in an Xbox Series S and make it run faster.
Done. See, we just solved two problems.
It will have all the ports, right? So it's going to have like the eGPU thing, extra RAM, extra storage, all that sort of stuff. And then you just slide it in.
It's a mini fridge. Yeah.
God damn. We are geniuses.
Done. I'm going to write, Dear Phil Spencer. There. That's our
hire us. They laid off a lot of people recently, so maybe they won't hire us.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Bad timing.
Yeah, very bad timing. Well, we'll still send that email. Anywho, that's it for the episode. We're super hyped on Silent Hill.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I'm like, I was so happy watching that thing. So yeah, it's one of those things where like I haven't played the games, but I'm attached to them somehow through the movie. Really, like that's it. But,
or vicariously through me, like since I'm a fan as well.
Vicariously through you, I'll take that as well. So yeah, we'll wait until we hear more news. Hopefully everything's going to be cool. Everything's going to be good. They announce details and everything's coming out soon. No delays, no issues. The games play well. The movie's like insane, and Ascension is something. I don't know. So
we'll see. Yeah, we'll wait and see.
Yeah. So yeah, let's end it here then. Thanks for watching the episode. Drop us a like or comment and subscribe for more content, or go to badgood.gg to find our audio podcast. We are also on Twitter and Instagram at badgoodpod. So if you guys a follow there, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See ya.